Next team, we have BioKnit.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all our fellow friends here.
My name is Max.
My name is Mahesh.
And my name is Adeline.
And my name is Zoe. Now, before we go into our product, let me see who here agrees that the future is an important subject to talk about. Yeah, that's a lot of hands. So let us just take some time out of today to talk about the future. Now, a few years ago, our future was planned to look something like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of you recognize this. This is the Wawasan 2020 goal. And obviously, we haven't achieved this today, but I think we can all agree that it was great to have a grand and bright future to aim towards, to imagine, to hope for. Am I right? Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, 2020 today looks exactly like this. And this is all because of climate change. Now you must be wondering, what exactly is a major cause of climate change?
Before that, let's take a look into the life of any average student. But in this case, it's me. So every morning, I'll get a cup of coffee and a sandwich for my breakfast. But what do I do at the end of my meal? I just throw it all away. Where does it all go to? That's right, to the landfills. This is very dangerous because the landfills produce around 800 billion kilograms of methane gas, which directly impacts global warming. So let me divert your attention to what we have here today. This is 30 kilograms worth of clothing, which is what an average family throws out in a year. So the cause? Fast-moving fashion brands that utilizes cheap textile, such as the dominant synthetic fibers. A prime example, Zara. They're able to produce around 1 billion clothing a month. So Mahesh, how much are they able to produce to be exact?
To be exact, 1,382,309,590.
Thank you. Well, that number is so vast that we are not even able to pronounce it that smoothly. This is an increase of 17% from the last decade. However, our company,
BioKnit,
has a solution for brands like this to continue blooming, but also for you to stay trendy always.
Now, introducing our product, SunwayTES. SunwayTES is a fabric made out of 90% soy and 10% hemp. What we will be using for the soy component is soybean pulp. Soybean pulp is a waste from the production of soybean products. Example, what you and I commonly eat and drink, tofu and soy milk. We will be turning this residue into something useful today. Now, SunwayTES will have all of these properties as shown above. It is eco-friendly, it is durable, and of course our main goal, it is 100% biodegradable. To amplify these properties, let us compare SunwayTES with polyester, which is the dominant textile that fast fashion brands use today. As you can see above here, SunwayTES only takes 4 to 6 months to biodegrade in a landfill environment compared to 20 to 200 years of what polyester takes. Now, instead of using new material, SunwayTES will only use waste food, which is what I mentioned earlier, soybean pulp. Continuing the comparison, the production of SunwayTES will reduce water pollution and reduce the emission of carbon dioxide gas. With all the advantages and properties in mind, our product will be able to align with these 4 Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations.
So, how will we be marketing our product today? First, we'll be directly approaching eco-friendly clothing brands based in Europe to collaborate and design clothing with. Not only that, but we'll also be having a zero waste fashion challenge. The pre-launch of this challenge will begin 3 months before, where we'll be releasing a viral commercial that will attract our audience, which are mainly millennials, to participate in an Instagram contest where they'll be designing a set of clothing that will be out of our fabric. We'll also be launching our product on Earth Day this year in conjunction with this event. Not only that, but during our grand launch, we'll also be having a top 10 finalists, which is determined by the most amount of likes received from the Instagram contest to participate in this catwalk. All of this will be live streamed on our multiple social media accounts and our website with the hashtag Zero Waste Fashion. We'll be able to capture the attention of millennials who are the targeted demographic of the fast-moving fashion industry. We'll also be hyping up the crowd by selling a t-shirt made out of SunwayTES for everyone to be able to buy. Our company will also be participating in fabric conventions and also be applying for the EU Eco-label.
Now, after hearing all about this innovative product, you might just be wondering, how much does it cost? Well, ladies and gentlemen, 1 unit of our fabric will be sold at the price of 268 ringgit only. This is priced at the markup of 120% based off our cost per unit of 122 ringgit. Now, if you will take a look at our revenue projection, you will notice that we are expecting a steady growth in revenue in the first 5 years, starting from 1.61 million in year 1 up to 7.78 million in year 5. Moving on, based on our analysis, we would be able to break even at 3,495 units. So, to start up our company, we will be needing a total initial investment of 960,000 ringgit. And this will be used mainly to provide for the assets of our company. So with all that being said, we would now like to invite potential investors like you to come and join us in achieving this goal together. Our capital, we can assure our investors that we'll be able to achieve a payback period of just 2 years and 1 month. And our capital expenditure is as shown in the diagram above. At last, we have now come to our profit projection. As you can see, we are already expecting a profit of 360,000 in year 1 itself. And this number is expected to continually grow until it reaches 3.72 million in year 5. Last but not least, great news for our investors is that we will be able to achieve an average return on investment of 136% in the first 5 years.
Just like every other businesses, we'll also be facing some risks. Among them will be operational risks, as our consumers may develop a new type of allergic reaction to our SunwayTES. To transfer this risk, we're getting a general liability insurance so that our consumers are fairly compensated. Our next risk will be currency risk, as we are penetrating the European market in the first year. To prevent this, we'll be getting a safeguard of the hedging technique. Not only that, but we also be facing competitor risk, as our competitors may use our technology to develop their own product. To prevent this, we're getting a utility patent on our technologies.
We would also like to continue to further innovate and develop our product to make it better and more unique. Without further ado, here are our milestones for the next 5 years. In the year 2021, we plan to officially launch our product and expand our market in the European country. Among them would be France, Italy, and Germany, as they are one of the top 5 eco-friendly countries in the world right now. In the year 2022, we plan on setting up offices in those countries that we expanded to, so management would be much easier. In the year 2023, we plan on starting research and development on BAMTech, which is a technology of fabric that is 100% eco-friendly, as it uses bamboo as its base. We also plan to approach and collaborate with huge, fast-moving fashion brands on our clothing and shoes. Moving on, in the year 2024, we plan to release BAMTech using our new and improved technology. We can release BAMTech to sportswear companies on our clothing and shoes. And finally, in the year 2025, we plan to penetrate the rest of Europe and spread our company to all across Europe.
As the famous saying goes, united we stand, divided we fall. So unite with BioKnit as we tackle this problem right now, so that we can show future generations that sustainability is not just a dream.
Invest in us, not only to save the planet,
But with an investment of only 960,000 ringgit,
you can achieve a return of investment 136%.
Because
Saving the planet.
it's our style. Thank you.
Today's theme seemed to be environment friendly. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I like your presentation actually. You know, especially the video handsome Max.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go to my first question, which is I hear about risk management, financial projection, but what about are you a factory? Are you a trading company? Do you have your own production facility? And how do you plan to things like R&D and all that? Are you going to do it in-house, or are you partnering with another established company? Can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, thank you so much for your question. Yes, all of our fabric will be manufactured in-house, so we will have our own factories and we will hire labor to come and produce all this fabric. And as for R&D, yes, we are definitely planning to do it. We will start in-house, but when we require extra expertise or other skills, then we will partner with various technology companies, maybe about the dyeing process or the other techniques. Yeah.
Firstly, very well done presentation. I really enjoy it. And just now when you asked that, do you want to invest? I almost want to put out my hand. Yeah. I think one of the questions I have is, what is the impact to the throughput? Eventually, if by using this material, what is impact to the selling price? So I don't really see it coming out in your presentation. And how is this benchmarked against the other, using other raw materials like polyester, for example? So will my piece of clothing price be now triple in the price? Because it sounds very expensive though. So I think that part of it, how do you address?
Thank you very much for your question. So just now, when we projected the selling price, that is for one boat of fabric, and one boat is sufficient to make 67 t-shirts out of it. So actually, one boat is equivalent to 100 yards, which is a unit measurement that is more common in Western countries. But for ease of understanding and so that it's easier for you to picture in your mind how much fabric that is, I converted it to meters. So if we were to compare our SunwayTES with polyester, which is the main synthetic fiber that is being used in the industry, 1 meter of SunwayTES will be only 2 ringgit and 98 cents as compared to polyester, which is 4 ringgit and 8 cents for 1 meter. So it is relatively cheaper. And that price of polyester that I mentioned is the price from China, which is among the cheapest. And even still, our SunwayTES is still cheaper than polyester.
To add on to that question, the reason why polyester is quite expensive because for more information, polyester is made out of petroleum, and not a lot of polyester from fast-moving fashion brands are reused. In fact, only 15% of clothes thrown away is actually taken up to recycle. So therefore, to dig up petroleum and to process all of that is really expensive. But for us, we will be using food waste that is already processed for the benefit of the people, and then we'll be taking that food wastage and making our own fabric.
Well, first of all, thank you for the very good, engaging presentations. I liked seeing that bulk of shirts is very impactful, as well as all this wireframe that you show. Can I just ask you a question that why are you using soy but not other food waste, or even like the waste that you get it from the palm oil? There's a shortage of soy in the world right now, and how would you address your raw material supply?
Thank you for your question. Based on a study specifically by the Trade and Markets Division of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, the projected global soybean production is expected to expand 23% in the next decade, and especially in China, it is expected to, their global purchasing of soybean is expected to grow 5% every year. And by 2025, it is expected to reach 50% of that global market. So we are confident that the input of soybean is not limited. Furthermore, there is also properties of soybean that we want to mention on.
Yes, and on top of that, this soy waste that is produced by companies who produce soybean oil or soybean food products, a lot of waste is produced. So we did a research and we found that in Japan itself, 800 million tons of soybean waste is wasted annually. So if that is Japan alone, you could imagine how much waste is produced in the whole world. Yes, and in Japan, it takes 160 billion yen to just produce this waste effectively. So many of the manufacturers would choose the alternative of just burning the soy waste, and that would result in a lot of CO2 emission. So we were also, on top of solving the problem of providing an alternative for fast-moving fashion, by using soy, we can also counter this problem of environmental problems caused by this food wastage. Yes, thank you.
I also just like to add that based on our research, soy fabric is the most comfortable among all the biodegradable fabric because it's the most similar to silk. So as we know, silk is very comfortable and we all like to own one. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for your presentation, very energetic, I like it. You mentioned that every family, every year, throws out about 30 kilograms of clothing, right?
Yes.
Right. So I'm just wondering, what is the logic of you having to produce another T-shirt in your marketing campaign for people to wear when you can leverage on social media? Why are you producing another piece of clothing for people to buy? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Do you mean that why are we producing another type of fabric for people? Or the marketing?
The marketing campaign, you had a T-shirt as well for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why is there a need to do that?
Thank you for your question. Well, the campaign is called Zero Waste Fashion. So basically, if, for example, I take around one bolt of soy to produce a shirt for this competition, however, I only use up around half of the bolt. So I'll just throw away the remaining half. So this remaining half that has been sent to the landfills, yes, it'll be wasted. However, it'll biodegrade within 4 to 6 months instead of synthetic fibers that takes around 20 to 200 years. So even if, yes, we do waste it, it won't cause the problem in the sense that it will biodegrade and it will not jeopardize us in the future as we are running out of lands, especially in Malaysia and US. Thank you.
Yes, and to add on to that, the event merchandise T-shirt that we are providing is using our SunwayTES fabric, so people can actually testify about how durable it actually is, even though it can biodegrade within 4 to 6 months in a landfill environment. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe one more question. Why do you just benchmark against polyester? There are also other, products like cotton, even sustainable or more sustainable product like bamboo, which is already, being used for fabrics and all that. Why just against one type of material?
Okay, we will split the question into two parts. One is why polyester, and another why bamboo, even though it's out there. First, polyester is actually 60% of the market right now, and cotton only takes around 20% based on recent study. So as you can see, the growth of polyester market in the fast fashion, as we mentioned, because it is cheap and it's easy to process and cultivate, it ignores all the planting and labor work. Therefore, we want to focus on this polyester. And also further knowledge, cotton is not, it does not take 20 to 200 years to biodegrade. It actually can biodegrade if it's 100% cotton, but the problem is fast fashion brands use mostly polyester or polyester and cotton blend. Secondly, bamboo is out there, but it is not durable and strong enough to replace workout clothes like sport clothes. Cotton material and SunwayTES has a kind of material that is not dry fit as what most of us like for workout, but because of the properties of bamboo fabric, which is airy and it can dry fast, we want to take that advantages and research more about it and develop it to be able to replace nylon that is mostly used for sportswear, and nylon is also synthetic fiber, by the way. Thank you.
Can we have your names for the Best Speaker Award?
I'm Maheshwar.
My name is Adeline.
My name is Zoe.
And my name is Max Leong.